Hello and welcome. This is Sahara playing Pillars of Eternity, the White March, and we're getting ready to go in here to the Hall of Rebuild Mystery, something like that. Come on, people, fast. Scouting mode is used for two purposes, sneaking and whatever.
I could while away hours in here, if we had the time, of course. Do we?
I know, I'm the same way with libraries. Priest of Will, Vixia, Priest of Will, Scrivener. Let's head on over this way first. Let's talk to you. Oh, okay. You see nothing at first, inky darkness filling your vision, the dust of coins of eons flooding your nose. You hear a strike, and a torch gutters into flame, revealing a man without a face and a library of books flickering in the dull orange glow. He moves to the closest shelf, sliding the torch into a socket, and gingerly pulls a black-bound book into his trembling hands. He flicks through it lovingly, caressing each page before turning to the next and the next. Finally, he finishes, placing the book in a satchel to his side, and takes down the torch. He spends hours wandering, reading, collecting, until his satchel is as thick as he himself and half as heavy, and begins to make his way back to the entrance. With a barely audible sigh, he draws two decaying doors closed, and his torch is extinguished. So he was in a ruin, I assume. The books on these shelves cover the history and mythology of Old Baleli. Welcome to the Hall of... Okay, I'll be getting to you. The library has an entire section devoted to ancient planetariums, whatever.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
No, I want you.
Time to see and not be seen.
The symbols on these pages writhe and shift. They're dizzying to look at. Oh, I don't think I can steal. I got somebody right there, damn it. But your back is to me. Can I? Can I try? Yeah, I was caught. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. Alright. That's the thing, we can't sit there and read these. I want to read them. Book of the Hunt. When my students ask to be taught the way of Gallowin, I tell them they have already failed. Does one ask a deer to present itself as dinner? Of course not. One must outmaneuver and outpower the deer if one dreams of venison. So it is with the seeker god. To ask a question is weakness and indecision. To seek answers is to understand, and to become one with Gallowin. Survival begins with strength from within. I only strike my students when they ask the second stupid question, for all of us begin young and weak. It is a point of fact, and not one of shame, and a central tenet to Gallowinian's teachings. Perseverance and cleverness are prized. The secret god is easy to understand if one actively engages in the quest for knowledge. And then this one. Part 1 origin. Okay. I want these in my arsenal, in my book, in my thingy. Alright.
No problem.
Come on, I'm clicking on you. Come on, I'm clicking on you. Why aren't you going? These titles are referred to Glanfanian mathematics and advanced geometry. I know it's considered stealing. So expanding borders. I'll have to read these off camera. Now that I've got them recorded. The Midwife's Memoirs. Okay.
Got it.
And we have another Scrivener here. Grinda is especially cranky today, and that's saying something. And this is excerpts from the Sermon of Struggle. Choice is a luxury we earn through peace. Struggle is our fundamental nature. That is so true. It is our fundamental nature. Life is always going to be a struggle. I don't think I care about the calendar too much. Yeah. We need more reasonable people in Defiance Bay. Alright, this is the Eminent God of Cold. The white that wins. This is a longer one. Okay. That one looked like it would have been a good one to read. Wow, this thing is huge in here. Okay. Let's talk.
Good day to you.
The woman barely glances up from the tombs on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple after all, and Grinda doesn't tolerate disorder. This is a temple? It looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is. Well is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows of shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. To think there's such a place in the Deerwood. Incredible. I'd love a glimpse of the archives. How many secrets must sit upon these shelves? That didn't really answer my question. She sighs and rolls her eyes. Yes, it is a library of sorts. Temples dedicated to Wall tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Anything else? So who is Grinda? Bayek speaks reverently. Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing, anyway. She scratches behind her ear. You should probably tread lightly around her today. So tell me about yourself. She throws her broad shoulders back. I am a scrivener and a devotee of Wall. It is my duty to look after our records and resources. Her chest swells with pride. Okay. So where is this person at? I can't get into any of these. They're all stealing. Another. No entry into the archives without Grinda's permission. No entry. Okay. Where is she at? Is she gonna give me a Oh, I could probably steal this, can't I? Is he gonna see me?
Quickly and quietly.
Oh, wait a minute. I need to save first. Yep, I didn't get caught.
No problem.
I didn't get caught. I didn't get caught there either. Yay. What does this say? Elder Archives. Okay. And this says the travels of either, whatever. Yeah, I know, that's stealing. Oh, is this her? Yep, there she is. Okay, I assume it's a girl. It's a female. And possibly this painted eye seems to move whenever you turn your back. Whenever you turn your back. Yeah, one of those kind of eyes. Can we see something here? I'm hoping maybe we could, but we're not. Okay. So let's talk to her.
Hail and well met.
An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. She shoots the nearest robed figure a withering glare. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. I'd like to know more about Will? Her smile reveals a row of crooked teeth. That's the rub, isn't it? Will is the god of things, hidden and revealed. The most of the 100 visions one sees, the more one has yet to discover. Though we often call Will he who sees and is not seen, it is neither male nor female. To assign any definitive characteristic to Will is to miss another essential part of his divinity. The 100 visions? A term of reverence for Will's many revelations. Despite the name, they're infinite. Each infamy leads to yet another enigma. And I thought I was busy. What else do you need? Tell me about yourself? I am the High Archivist of Hall of Revealed Mysteries. She coughs loudly into her fist. And I am too old and too busy to be bothered with inane questions. Even just one or two? Kind of sighs. What are you looking for? Maybe I could find it? She sizes you up, stroking her chin. And I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose. She scowls at the robed priest again. You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot, anyway. Thieves made off with a ancient scroll of whale? They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 visions. Her wiry eyebrows arch over her spectacles. The guards caught one of them, but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Dryford. Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Will rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I. An ancient scroll of will? There's a fine prize. There's a fine prize. I mean a worthy one. A worthy task. I had questions about the missing scroll? Ask. So tell me what you know about the thieves. Very little, except that they were foolish to believe they could steal from the god of secrets. And they were fleeing to a farmhouse. How should I handle the thieves? However you can. Kill them, rob them, leave them. It makes no difference to me. She waves a hand and smiles grimly. I'll consider it one of Will's mysteries. What's so special about the scroll? Will is the god of secrets. If I told you that, I'd cheapen it, wouldn't I? She cackles. It's a parable, the kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. Let's talk about something else. I think we're done. All right. So I got a quest. Group of thieves has stolen a scroll. And my quests are starting to mount, aren't they? Yes, they are. Well, I took what I could without being seen. Maybe I'll end up with more eventually. But these people don't move around. That's the problem.
Adair, you have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light could be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
Okay. So this is the first fires. So let's go to the first fires.
And what does the flame reveal?
Oh, be quiet.
My eyes are peeled.
Are they now? Can't go down that way. I know it's slow moving with her in stealth mode, but this is how we pick up stuff. If there's anything to be picked up. This goes to the map. First fire, here we go. which is where we want to go. Take you 15 minutes, okay. So this is where the breastplate is over here.
Ah, the life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It is true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next, when you have all the world to choose from?
Home, of course.
Yep, that's where I would go too. Okay, so this is Copper Lane. This is the palace. Crucible Keep, that's where we need to go to. Blackenberry, Temple of Wooten, need to go there. Or is it here? In Hearing Hall. I think we'll go this. We don't need to go to the palace. I doubt if they'd even let us in the palace, to be quite honest. Right? They're just nobodies, basically. A lot of people talking, but I don't see anybody out anywhere. Okay. We got some people here. We're gonna have one of those things. Yes, we are. You see a dimly lit street lined with buildings. Most of them are dark and quiet, but one at the edge of a canal is bright and noisy, defying the night. This Amana stands in the dark, huddled against the cold of the shadows, keeping away from everything. He stares at the door of the lit building, intently studying it. There is a sign hanging on the side of the building. It is barely legible in the dark, but it appears to read Goose and Fox. Oh, okay. Movement from inside the building perks the Amana up. He pulls his cloak closer around his face, and his breath speeds up, catching slightly. His excitement is palpable. The main door to the establishment opens, releasing a cacophony of laughter and shouting. Light spills out onto the street, illuminating a solitary figure in the doorway. The Amana stands, bringing his right hand up in front of his face, palm down, fingers extended. The figure exits Goose and Fox and stumbles off into the darkness, swaying slightly as it walks unsteadily down the street. The Amana follows the figure, muttering a few words under his breath and gently wiggling his hand. The tips of his fingers start glowing lightly, steam rising from them against the cold air. He increases his pace, intent on catching the figure disappearing into the night. He shakes his hand once more, and the tips of his fingers burst into flame, the flickering light revealing a manic glee in his eyes. He closes on the figure, nearly hyperventilating with happiness, and whispers a name. Kiruman. The figure jumps slightly and begins to turn as the Amana extends his hand, levering his fingers directly at the figure. So he killed him, I assume. Okay. So that's one of your memories, I have a feeling. You see this man, much younger, lying on a large stone slab, situated on a dais in the center of a circular room. At 7 points around the dais, older men in black robes prostrate themselves over ornate runes worked into the stone of the floor, chanting in a low drone. An 8th man enters carrying an ebony box inlaid with gold runes that match the runes on the floor. He stands at the head of the slab, lowers his head, and slowly opens the box. He turns to each prostrate man in turn, tipping the open box in their directions as he does. He then sets the box at the head of the slab, facing away from the young man lying there. He reaches into the box, removing a small cylinder of onyx, and then moves to the end of the slab, stopping near the young man's feet. He holds the onyx up, says a word, and then presses it against the young man's right foot. When it touches his flesh, the onyx softens and becomes a black leech, attaching itself to the young man's soul. The man repeats these steps until there are leeches on both hands and feet, the middle of his chest, his neck, and his forehead. The older man then takes his place at the head of the slab, raising his hands and joining the chanting, watching the young man as his blood drains. So, okay, so is he dead? Did they kill him? Alright, so where am I trying to go? I'm trying to get over here. Oh, I gotta go down here to get up in there. I see. So I'm on the right track. We're the greatest fighting force in all of Deerwood. Joining the Crucible Knights is a high honor. Okay, so let me see here. This journal for the Blade of the Endless Path. The Long Hunt, the Master. Time and Tide. Which one is the one I'm looking for? Nope. Travel, nope, that's not it. Spend time. Confront Lord Rhetoric. Yeah, I know I need to do that. Time. Eager to explore the ruins. The Master, but no, these are all. This is a side quest. Where is it at? I saw it before. And Mother's Plea. Burns secrets, dismissed his old self. Explore the Endless Pass. The Long Hunt. Rogue Knight. Oh, here it is. Started on the Crucible Keep. Yeah, yep. So this is where we need to be. Crucible Keep. Nothing here nothing here. Alright, it's going in. I'm sure he's not going to hand it just right over either, you know.
Good day to you.
Aldemar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you're recently arrived yourself. Who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keeps so that Commander Clyver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on here? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Silver's in the back, making plans, as usual. He scratches his scarred cheek. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building, along with our master smith, Dustain. There's also a shrine to the golem, if you're the praying type. So tell me about the Crucible Knights. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Silver I said that. He grins. We were the first organized militia to oppose Idarian rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Durand Row. Dumrid Row? What's this about Dummard Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Admar widens his stance. Keep keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostilities in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is that they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? That's an honorable thing to say. It's a horrible thing to say. If people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so hostile. That seems like an extreme position to take. Yeah, if people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so hostile. He shrugs. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems that's the biggest crime of all. Yeah, okay. Whatever. The Crucible Knights weren't always soldiers. We used to be blacksmiths. We're responsible for the safety of every person in the city. So where are we going over here? Oh, camping supplies. But I think I got 4, so I can't take it anyway if I wanted to. At a door?
This won't stop me for long.
There! Done!
And what does the flame reveal?
Even though I've got her marked. Oh, don't you come by me. Oh, it's only nothing. Namesake is a yellow-orange fruit found in old... Yeah. Why would you even have that under lock and key?
No problem.
Alright, let's see here. Tongues of flame lick at the forge, hissing with smoke as hot as a dragon's breath. The Crucible Knights weren't always soldiers. We used to be blacksmiths. Yes,
If
I
this is
already know
about
that.
the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Oh, so this is Dustain. The dwarf bustles between a sweltering forge fire and a work table. He wipes one muscle-knotted arm across his brow. Show him the pieces of the blade of the endless path. I found several fragments of an ancient sword. Do you think you could repair it? Oh. Dustain gives a low whistle. That's a fine blade indeed. He holds one fragment in his rough hands. Looks Adarian, special made. Must have been a commission for a champion of some sort. He hands the shard back to you. A sword of this caliber would have had a specially designed hilt, too. It would be a shame to graft anything else onto it, and besides, it'll balance best with all of the original pieces. You find the rest of it, and I'll forge it for you. Okay. Something else on your mind? What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
So tell me about the knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
His name is Clyver. He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul, lineage, and connections to the Deer Woods heroes of old. He picks up his hammer again. Other than Dumyard Row, who really knows about any of that, though? Okay. So I know. So this is where I go to forge it. Thongs, handles, hammers, pullers, and punch tools hang from the wall. They feel heavy and sturdy, but that flame-darkened surfaces testify to frequent use. Okay. This is Okay. Thick grime cakes the bottom of the tub. The towel hanging from the side gives off an awful stench.
My eyes are peeled. This won't stop me for long. There! Done!
Do a save. Okay, I didn't get caught.
Sure.
No, I know there was a guy wandering around in here before.
This won't stop me for long. There! Done!
Do you really want to steal all this stuff?
There! Done!
I don't know, I feel bad about stealing all this stuff. I just want to get her, she gets the experience for opening stuff. I do know that.
Why not? There! Done!
Yep. So she got, yeah. You got the experience, that's all that matters. Okay, so... Did I get myself lost in here? Okay, so that's the war room. There was something over here. See, now he comes in. Oh, there we go. Okay. The blades are razor sharp. Who are you? I can't go over here. Was I already over here? Yeah, this is the oven. That's right.
Well met, friend.
Oh, this is the guy. The young novelette's armor is recently shined, and his hap is clean and and his hair, God, is clean and neatly combed. It's hard to believe he's ever seen battle, or that the scarred antique breastplate he wears could possibly be his. Are you looking for something? Yeah, how does one become a knight? We don't take just anyone. Our members share soul legacies with the very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. He shifts his weight and coughs. Anyhow, Commander Clyver is responsible for initiations, but he rarely accepts foreigners. Tell me about the Knights of the Crucible. We're the primary defenders of Defiance Bay. The Order's founders were the first to rally for Deerwoodian independence. He waves his hand. Of course, that's ancient history now. Now we're the most prestigious company of soldiers in the Deerwood. It's a glorious line of work. He scrunches up his nose. If you can forget about the barracks, that is. So, does the name Orsbrick sound familiar? He shifts. If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him or with any of his new friends at the Expedition Hall, for that matter. Scamps and delinquents, the lot of them. So what's the story between you two? Or Osric's has always held some controversial opinions, but they were overlooked for the longest time because his family has such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He frowns and crosses his arms. He finally went too far. He had the goal to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots, that some of our officers were beginning to resemble Adrea nobility. He rubs a spot on his bracer with a silk handkerchief. He would have us all wear rough spun and fight with forge hammers. I merely reported his statements. So you were a snitch. If the Knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. That history made the Knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. Okay. I don't see the problem. If the Knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. That history made the Knights what they are now. You can't just cast it aside. But they can get bad. Yeah, they go to suggest that we have strayed too far from our roots. I think maybe they have. If the Knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have gone into the fighting force they are today. I don't see the problem. He sputters. People change. Organizations change. The Crucible Knights began as a militia of blacksmiths, but Dustain, one of the only officers who can wield a hammer these days, we're professional soldiers. Isn't that who you want defending a city? Besides, a novelist has no business maligning his superiors. Yeah, he does. They still have a right to their opinion. And so is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. He looks down and admires it. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. It is not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. So he says your affidavit is a forgery. Just what would he know about that? It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspirations, while with his pedigree in the Knights, he folds his arms. He blinks at you. It's a lie, of course. Okay, so what do I do? Has asked me to retrieve a breastplate. And doesn't appear to be keen on parting with Osric's armor, which he is permanently wearing. More leverage is required. Osric believes that in his affidavit affirming that Pinilim's soul is free of any Adarian influence is a forgery. He said I could find it somewhere in the Crucible Keep and First Fires. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay.
Quickly and quietly.
So that's what I'm doing here, is trying to find that. Where would it be? Haven't I been everywhere already? This is a record of active patrols and reported crimes. Okay. Oh, here it is. All right, so, Curran the cipher who signed off on Pinhilim's affidavit works at Haddock House in Blackenberry. He should know for certain whether or not the affidavit is genuine. Okay. Blacksmith Knights. No, not you.
Why not? There! Done!
Yes, I know it's stealing. Oh, an edict of arrest? This edict calls for the arrest of Eorn, whose recent actions have led to the death of a Knight of the Crucible. A request reporting any information to... It is signed Commander Clyver. Unwanted. The Crucible Knights are calling for the arrest of an Orlan man named Ivan. Apparently he has eluded capture this far, though the Knights continue to hunt for him. Recently dated. Ian could not have traveled far, and it seems unlikely he could get past the guards at the gates. I should look for him in the city. Why would I care? Why would I care? Okay, this is the training room. This is the barracks. That's the forge. I need to go to the war room. Oh, and the shrine. I haven't been there yet. Have I been in the training room? I don't know if I have. Nope, I haven't. need to deal with Heritage Hill. Where does this go to? Then was where I just was there. Okay, I was just there. Oh. Where's that go to? Outside? Oh, this is how I came in. Okay, right? It is. This is how I came in. Just getting my feel of the place here, because I went the other way. That's right. Alright, so... anyone here to talk to? He's got a name. Wyla, the Justificar's gaze flicks over you briefly before returning to the Noveltites gathered in the training area. If this is about patrols, my Noveltites are already stretched to their limit. Between their refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hall, I simply don't have any time to spare. After a pause, she looks over at you again. I'm sorry, was there something else you need? What do you do here? I'm in charge of the Keep's Noveltites. I'm responsible for their training and patrol assignments. She nods at the group gathered in the training room. They're good soldiers, and they've been quick to adapt to new challenges. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. And is there something wrong at Heritage Hill? She lowers her voice. What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there, and yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There were already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. She shakes her head. I just as soon abandon the district, but if those monsters should find a way out... So, tell me about Heritage Hill. Used to be one of the most prestigious districts in Defiance Bay, but a few months ago, the residents all went mad, started eating each other, and anything else that had the bad luck to wander into the district. I've never seen anything like it. Now every novelette that stands guard there, every one that comes back anyways, talks of the stench of the grave and the ghosts and the groans of unspeakable horrors. She holds up one plate-clad finger. The why and the how are questions for the Animancers. I've sealed the district in hopes of containing whatever happened there. And it seems to be working for now. You said earlier that something was wrong at Heritage Hill? She lowers his voice. What isn't wrong? Okay, I could look into it. She steps back and regards you. After what I've just told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in? People are disappearing. Someone's got to figure out what's happening to them. You got nothing to lose. Your trained knights have nothing on me. Knights of the Crucible. Slight negative. No. Just seems like you could use the help. What's the harm in letting me try? If people are disappearing, someone's got to figure out what's happening to them. You've got nothing to lose. If you're so eager to rush your death, I won't stop you. She quickly looks on at the novelette. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. Cool. Another quest. The gate to Heritage Hill is sealed, but she told me that I can have access to it. Woohoo! All right. I'm trying to get to the war. Yeah. That's up here. The shrine is over here. Let's stop at the shrine first. Oh, I can just take it. This doesn't matter. Okay. Said they were worshipping a golem or something before.
Eh?
Is there anything here you can see? Maybe not. This is the symbol of Abaddon, a colossal shimmering hammer imposed over a circular gear. is smooth and bright with burning oils. I suppose this is where I would put something if I wanna, but I wouldn't have no idea what to even put there. Alright, let's go up to the war room. There's the commander.
We just don't have the manpower.
Well, that's why I'm here, you know, right? I can't steal with everybody there. But I can right-click on it and read it off camera. Marshal and Circular, Lord Dustain and Grand Templars. Okay. Oh, I can take these. Oh, that's another edict of arrest. This edict calls for the arrest. Oh, it's another one. Same one. Oh, development of Crucible Knight.
Why not?
Oh, I don't think you can end this. Lockpick required 1. Party. Okay.
There! Done!
Yeah, I'm not taking that. Not with them out there in front of me. But I got 180 experience for that, so that was worth it.
Why
Another
not?
one. That takes 3. I got plenty.
There! Done!
That gave me 210. Nope. Okay, so let's talk to Commander Clyver.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Tell me about the Knights of the Crucibles. He crosses his hands behind his back. We're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in the Deerwood for that matter. We defended the city in Hadrick's day. We've improved our training since then, but Dermot Roll can certify that many of our officers come from good Deerwoodian fighting stock. Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozens and some of the more enterprising families in Defiance Bay. What do the dozens have against you? He snorts. They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some romantic outpost. Not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they have no patience for law and order. So tell me about these enterprising families. Honest. House Dumerol, namely, they're one of the city's oldest noble families in this largest criminal organization. Yeah, I read one of the books I picked up before talked about them. They started out as merchants, and they became very powerful and started taking over other people's shipping, trade routes, and other stuff. Yeah, so they are a criminal organization. Their patriarchy, Gidmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. So I see. Was there something else I can do for you? You're in charge of the Crucible Knights? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of the Order, but he's currently stationed in Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forests in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. And why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there a way I can help? I know how to handle myself. With so many newcomers, can't you just recruit more Yeah. Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. He gives you a thin smile. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dustain is working with an animassery scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights, warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novelites have checked. Diana lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dustain. This is his area of expertise anyway. Once you brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Okay. Built to last. Okay. I was hoping we'd get a quest from him, and we did. And we are over 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and close down this episode. And then I think I want to try to get some of these done as we go along, but I also need to go back to my keep, I think, for things. I'm not sure. Anyway, if you're enjoying, click like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Sahara out.